Welcome to the Plastic Pleasing Store podcast.
We are your hosts, Trey the Explainer,
and me, Miles Greb.
A podcast about the natural world,
things that people claim are part of the natural world,
and things that used to be.
Thank you. But in lighter news, my friend.
In lighter news.
When you came to my place, it came to my attention that you had never seen 1987's Academy Award-winning movie, Harry and the Hendersons.
I have not. I have now, but at the time I did not.
So I bullied you into watching it.
It didn't take much bullying. I was excited. I saw that it's got Bigfoot in it. Like I had seen like screenshots of it. I'd seen screenshots of Harry and the Hendersons and was like, ooh. I know that the effects look good. Yeah.
Yeah. What's funny is I had tried to get my Anna, my girlfriend, to we've been engaged for like 3 years, but which is we need to get married, but things are just weird in the world, so we haven't yet. But regardless of that, I tried to get her to watch it. And she didn't want to watch it, right? Because she's like, it seems stupid. So I promised her we'd watch The Favorite, which is like a drama movie, and then I had spliced the movie when they cut like to a field in the movie. I spliced it so when they cut to like a forest scene, Harry and the Hendersons, and so when we all sat down to watch it, I made her like a nice dinner, and then boom, we're watching Harry and the Hendersons. She was mad at first, but then she got sucked into the movie, and then she cried at the end because it's an amazing movie.
It is amazing. You're like what's his name when he cuts in what's the alien movie, like the ripoff E.T.
Mac and Me.
Mac and Me, like they always edit Mac and Me into that the show. Oh my gosh, that's
ironic
funny.
because Mac and Me is the same genre as this movie,
where it's like a little goofy character with the family.
Well, so like,
and you have to hide them. Yeah,
E.T.'s basically like, aliens are scary, right? But what if they were nice and they're in your suburban area, right? So it's kind of the same thing with Harry and the Hendersons. But yeah, so tell people who don't know, Trey, what is this movie?
Harry and the Hendersons is a beautiful movie. Like, we were watching it. First of all, it's beautifully shot. Like, I don't know. Like, it's funny that I look at a movie like Harry and the Hendersons, and it's like a kind of goofy kids movie from the 1980s, and I'm just like, wow, how that shot's composited there with this. They're in the woods. They're looking at such as I don't know. Okay, so the movie is about this family called the Hendersons who they live in Seattle, and they go up to the woods, and
they go to the Cascades. That's the mountains I was showing you when you were driving to my house. Like,
that's right. They're very pretty. Yeah. They go up to the Cascades, and the father is a hunter, this is great. There's great stuff in this movie. Oh my gosh. And he takes his family up there, and they don't kill anything, and they're driving back home, and he's distracted, and the family hits a creature, hits an animal. The car with their 1980s car that is the station wagon.
It's a station wagon.
And they get out, and it's a Bigfoot. And do they instantly know it's a Bigfoot? Like, do they? I think so. I think they do. What?
No, they're not. They're not quite sure. Like, they poke it, and they're like, "What is it? It smells,"
Yeah.
And then like they're not sure, and then eventually he's like, "I think it's him." They say him at first.
The Bigfoot, the one Bigfoot that exists. Oh. And yeah, they think he's dead, and they're like, "Oh, let's take him back." Like, they're gonna make a whole bunch of money, or be famous with the dead Bigfoot. And Harry wakes up. Sorry, his name's not Harry yet. The Bigfoot wakes up, and he like flies off the car. This movie's great. It's great. There's a lot of great action in it.
I think it's very good too. It is funny. I feel like watching films back in the day when they were on film, and like they had to use lots of different kinds of lighting and stuff, like, because now so many films, like all the lighting and everything is done in post, but like on these, like people just standing in the actual environment, and they had to get all those things right. There's like a beauty to this, like even like
beautiful sunlight, like the sun going through the leaves of the trees and stuff. Like, I agree. Yeah.
This is a mid-budget, 80s, late 80s film, and like it's just like looks better than modern films, and it's kind of funny watching it, you're like, oh, watch this big film, like, man, this is some good cinema right here. But yeah, so what's interesting in this film that I have always really liked is the main character is really the dad.
Yes.
You know, it's him and his relationship with Bigfoot because he works at a gun store, and his father never really supported him as an artist, but he's great at illustrations, and like he's like forced to have to draw Bigfoot as like a scary monster because Bigfoot basically it comes to their home, and he gets out, and people want to like shoot and kill him, and like he doesn't want to do that, and like if this film was made today, it would be about the kid,
It
right?
would be
It'd
about the
be
little
about
kid,
this,
yeah.
yeah, the son going on pranks with Bigfoot, Harry. But like in this movie, it's really about the father and like like learning to accept this creature's like kind of like a person, and has a place in his family. And what I thought was interesting to talk about in this show is Harry and the Hendersons also has the B plot of there's two people that used to be Bigfoot hunters, like in this like 60s and 70s,
Oh, yeah.
um and they go on two different kind of like little journeys in the movie, and I think that's actually really interesting because it kind of like shows the history of Bigfoot in America, like, and the hunt for Bigfoot through those two characters.
Yeah, because there's Dr. Wallace Wrightwood who is, like, basically, Patterson, right? He's got, like, the
Yeah,
bolo, he's got his little
but
museum.
he runs the Bigfoot Museum, so it's kind of like Coleman
It's like
nowadays,
Coleman too, yeah.
who
Um,
won't come on our show, by the way. I have asked him like six
he
times.
did he reach out? Did he respond?
I've talked to him many times, and he like doesn't he like kind of responds, but he doesn't ever really say yes or no. So I don't know.
Oh,
I'm trying to get
so
him on.
that's so he's afraid of Big Gator.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
He's afraid of
I
that,
would
this
ask him about that.
big shit, he's afraid of big shit, like, big sh New York sanitation department getting to
Uh,
him.
listen to our episode about gators in the sewers if you're familiar with that.
Um, yeah, like, yeah, it's a surprise. Like, it's funny watching a movie like this because 'cause you're right, this is a movie that is like, like a it's a kid, it's like a kid's movie, they got, really great special effects, they got, like, great makeup and prosthetics and animatronics
Yeah, it actually won an Academy Award for that suit. So
but, like, there's, like, a lot like, yes, that the fact that they focus on the father, who is played by John Lithgow, and he's, like, a middle-aged older man, like, not your typical movie protagonist, for a kids movie. Kids movie, you get the cool '90s kid, like, a ni yeah, Miles, if this came out in the '90s, like,
if
that
this came
kid,
out 3 years later, the opening scene would have been him skateboarding.
yes, and he'd be like, "Ooh, crazy." Like, he'd be talking like Bart.
Yes,
Oh my gosh, yeah, and he'd be, like, getting the Bigfoot to, like, fight his bullies for him and stuff, like, yeah.
100% would have happened.
Oh my gosh, but yeah, in this, like, it turns into surprisingly deep, study into, like, the father. Like, it's so subtle, like, the thing about the father being wanting to be a hunter, because throughout the movie, the father he has the opportunity to shoot Bigfoot early on, and he chooses not to. He's like, "I can't do this, I can't kill him." And he has, like, a whole bunch of, like, stuffed animal heads, like, animals that he's killed and turned into trophies, and Bigfoot his thing is Bigfoot doesn't like that. Bigfoot's, like, a vegetarian, and is constantly trying to bury all the animals in the backyard to give them, like, a proper
Yeah,
burial.
that's a funny part. So when he comes into their house, they have a bunch of like mounted heads from hunting and everything, and Bigfoot like tries to find the back of them and can't, and he's
Yeah,
like very sad, and
just
he
punching through
buries
the
them.
walls.
Um,
Yeah.
you know, and the bury them thing is interesting because a popular Bigfoot apologetic, right, is
Yeah.
that Bigfoot bury their dead, right, and obviously most animals don't do that. So it is one excuse for why we don't find their bones. Another apologetic we get in the film is the character who runs the Bigfoot Museum says, "Oh, we don't find dead bodies. I always tell my customers, don't they know that Bigfoot eat their dead?" Right? So we hear two
Yeah.
different apologies. There's like the presented thing, the Bigfoot bury them, and the Bigfoot eat them. So like there are some interesting Bigfoot apologetics like into the film, and it's worth noting that Jeff Meldrum was a consultant on the film.
Oh, yeah.
I have not been able. I tried to look up what he might have actually done or added, and of course, he has passed away, so I can't ask him. But
Mm.
yeah, people like him did have some input on the making of the film. So
The burying dead thing, Miles, is like,
yeah.
I think that's pretty sure that was probably him. Like, that's such a specific, I have to think that, like, the screenwriter or whoever talked to Jeff, and they're like, "That's a genius idea to have Harry wanna bury all the animals in the backyard." Like,
Oh yeah.
that's it. And so, like, they just ran with it, but also, like, it originated as, like, an apologetics for Bigfoot believers. Yeah. Well, as I was saying, like, the whole thing with the father wanting to be, like, this big hunter, like in killing animals
Hmm.
and stuff. And he doesn't enjoy it. Like the big like Harry helps prove to him that he doesn't actually enjoy it. He doesn't like seeing animals as like killing and stuff. And it goes back to his father. He wants to bond with his father. His father is a big hunter and owns the gun shop, and like that was his attempt to like he only hunted and he was trying to get his son to hunt, right? He was trying to get his son to hunt, and
Yep.
so he was like, it's generational trauma. Like it's crazy. It's crazy how well written, like, and that's like a subtle thing. Like they don't explicitly spell that out in the movie,
I
but
think
like
it's a legitimately good movie. Like
it's
honestly,
yeah, I
um,
agree. I agree that it's a legitimately good movie. Like wow, like also it looks good and it's emotional. Like gosh, like when he has to tell Harry to leave to get
yeah.
him to save him. Like oh, it's a hard scene. And then the ending,
Yes.
Miles.
Hold
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
hold on. We'll get
Oh
to the
yeah, yeah.
ending, but
Oh yeah.
there's some more interesting Bigfoot stuff in there too. Like so, um, when they're saying, "Oh, do Bigfoot exist?" They're having an argument in there. One of the apologetics is, "Have you ever seen a baby pigeon?" Um,
Oh yeah.
which yeah, which is kind of almost interesting because it's like, oh yeah, you accept pigeons exist, but you've never seen a baby pigeon, but you don't doubt baby pigeons exist because like you see their evidence. They're saying, yeah, we've seen hair, we've seen footprints, we've seen stories, so therefore there's like all this other evidence that makes us believe that Bigfoot exists without having to quote unquote prove that it can be seen. Which kind of sounds like a good argument, but is obviously nonsense because like you can find a baby pigeon, you don't see them
Yeah.
because they're not out flying around, and pigeons get to maturity pretty quick. But we can get you a skeleton of a baby pigeon, or we can hatch one domestically if needed, right? So like it's
Yeah.
not necessarily a good argument, but like I like that they try to have some apologetics in the film.
Oh
Um,
yeah. With
it,
the museum, like that Bigfoot museum that
yeah,
they have like, we were looking at it and we were identifying the tracks, right, Miles? We were seeing the footprints on the wall, and, like, they're the actual, like, well-known like, we saw the famous Yeti one with the big toe, the
yeah,
huge giant toe. I was
which we'll
wondering
talk
if the
about
on the next
next time
episode,
in the
but I
next
was wondering if
episode.
they had the cripple foot in there. Like, if the cripple foot is in there, that's totally Jeff. Like, that was 100%
Yeah,
Jeff, right? Oh
I
my
still can't
gosh,
believe he
yeah.
accepts that footprint. That's crazy to me.
That was a crazy like, whenever I repeat that, like, it's crazy that he like, it's fascinating to me that he, as a person, like, accepted that the guy that found it was a known hoaxer and that he had hoaxed other things, but he didn't go like, he was like, "I would be able to tell if this one's fake." Like, that's so crazy
Yeah.
that you accept it, like, so strange, like,
I
yeah.
can't believe I got him to admit that.
Yeah.
So yeah. Regardless, yeah. So this movie was originally set out to be a TV show, right? It was going to be like the Adams Family or Monsters, and then like after pitching it and stuff, like it got made into this film, which I think is for the best because I think the story has a good beginning, middle, and end, and it's a great looking Bigfoot. And I think it really does a good job of encapsulating a lot of the mythology of like 60s and 70s Bigfoot, into this late 80s show. But interestingly, they actually did make a TV show, Trey,
Oh, they did? Was it
and it ran
bad?
for 3 seasons.
Wait, it ran for 3 seasons? This is the crazy
So
thing about the '80s.
well,
What?
what's interesting is I did not know that when I was a kid, and I was a big fan of this movie, and I was around then. I was pretty young, but like I didn't know that until like 6 or 7 years ago that there was a TV show.
Huh.
But you should hear the theme song for it
Okay.
here.
It's funny about this, Miles,
It's
is that the Bigfoot, like Patterson Gimlin film was
yeah.
intended to be like, they were looking for a TV show, like, to pitch about, like, finding Bigfoot
No,
and,
it's real, Trey.
like, that is we've come full circle, like, that's kind of fascinating.
The song is called "Feet's Too Big,"
Feet's too
and
big.
it's
Here,
like a
maybe
ragtime inspired song.
Where'd you get 'em? Oh my god, this is awesome.
One of the comments are, "I really
Miles,
did
this is
feet. My mom
amazing.
said this to me." Yeah, it's great. It's great. I the TV show is pretty hokey, basic sitcom stuff. Uh, like in the first season, Harry like never leaves the house really, but they eventually get him out and they do a wrestling match with him, where he they dress him up in like a wrestling costume, and then uh, eventually they bring in his wife, and there's like a
Harry's
scene where he
wife?
makes out. Yeah, he has a wife, and they like make out. So if you're into that.
What? There's I guess they do set that up at the end of this movie.
Well, hold on.
The end of that. Oh, yes. Sorry, I'm too excited.
It's
But
okay.
his wife
It's
looks
okay.
scary. This is a scary photo,
Yeah,
Miles.
it's
What is this?
yeah. It brings up visions of this Star Wars Christmas special. So
Itchy, itchy, scratchy. Not itchy, scratchy. What is the other Chewbacca's
Lumpy.
wife's name? Lumpy, Lumpy. Oh my gosh. That's great. That's great. No,
It's
it's good.
sure
Harry
so
and the
good.
Hendersons, it's great
Yeah.
stuff. Like, we were
Um.
watching it, and I was like, "This is legitimately a good movie."
This movie hit home. I give it 6 bags of popcorn and 2 bags, 2 sodas because it is a classic. It's one of the great American movies of all time.
'Cause yeah.
Yeah. I'm really glad you liked it, Trey. So
Also, it, like, understands Bigfoot lore, like, that was interesting part of it too.
yeah.
Like, sometimes when I see like, when I was with my cousin in New York, we were looking for stuff to watch, and there was, like, a Netflix thing called Chupa, like, and it was like a chupacabra,
Hmm.
like kind of like this, where it's like the chupacabra, like with a little kid. Like it's a little kid finds
Sure.
chupacabra, has to hide it from his parents and the family or whatever. There's a guy hunting it. It's like that standard ET thing. And like their chupacabra is like nonsense. Like their chupacabra, like I'm like, that is neither interpretation of the chupacabra. Chupa. Like let me find it. Let me show you this, Miles. It's like a griffin. It's like a puppy griffin. It's like,
What the hell?
that is not a chupacabra. That is not, like, what that is, like and so, like, sometimes you'll encounter these things and, like, they just don't oh, wait, I didn't put it in there. They just, like, will not, like, look at they will not understand, like, the lore, like, X-Files knows, like, Bigfoot lore or knows, like not Bigfoot, but alien lore, like, that the
What I like
whoever made
about X Files is they know
yeah.
the lore enough to put a spin on it, right? Whenever they're like, okay,
Yes.
here's Chupacabra or an alien, it's always the thing but something is different or off about it intentionally.
Yes.
Well, that's not a
Yes.
fucking Chupacabra. What the
Right? That's
fuck?
some bullshit. That's not a chupacabra. Like, in no interpretation is chupacabra. Not by, like, the Puerto Rican, original interpretation that's, like, species, and then neither, like, the Texas reinterpretation of it is, like, the
What
mangy
kind of branch
coyote.
of life is this thing anyway?
It's 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 magic. Like, that's the thing, yeah, it's a griffin, like, it's like a griffin creature. It's like, that just doesn't exist.
Man,
Um
this will annoy, I think, you and only you. Um, but I was watching this thing. I was trying to get the platinum trophy on Red Dead Redemption, right? And
Mhm.
like you have to go into Mexico and find the chupacabra. And I was having a hard time finding it, so I looked at a YouTube video, and they're like, "Yes, the chupacabra, based on the ancient Mexican mythological creature." And I was like, "The fuck, if that's true, like Jesus
Ancient
Christ."
1993,
It's not even Mexican. It's not even Mexican.
It's not even Mexican. It's not even neither it's they got
Uh,
nothing right, right? It's not Mexican, it's not ancient.
that's what I'm saying. It's
Oh,
yeah.
oh my
Fucking
gosh.
hell. The Chupacabra's an alien.
Chupacabra was
Anyway,
a lady just saw
anyway.
species and wanted and what yeah, ancient legend, you're
Well, yeah,
right.
but the whole myth is that it was a government experiment thing that came out. That's what they thought. Like, so it was like an alien type of thing, you know? Like
Yeah.
it's nonsense. Regardless, the end of Harry and the Hendersons, Trey.
Yeah.
What happens?
They okay, they like, that's the thing is, like, throughout the movie, you're under the interpretation that Bigfoot is the last of his kind, and they need to protect him, or, like, that there's only one Bigfoot. I think for
Yeah.
most of the movie, you operate under the medieval peasant-brained interpretation that some people have for some reason, that it's like the Loch Ness Monster, there's just one Bigfoot. There's one Loch Ness monster, and that's it. They're not like a species. They don't reproduce or anything. It's just one that wanders around for eternity. And so they're trying to protect Harry from getting killed. And they they save Harry, and then Harry is like, "Okay, I'll go back in the woods." And then he leaves, He turns around, and I noticed it. I even noticed it, like, before they revealed it, but, like, I was like, "Huh, that shrub looks kinda weird." So Harry walks in the woods, and then there were Bigfoot hidden in the background that turn around and follow him, including, like, a little tiny baby
Yeah.
Bigfoot, which I thought was pretty cool. It's cool because you don't notice it right away. You're like they shot it in a way that, like, I noticed the little one, but the other ones, like, they materialize, like, out of the trees, which is really cool effect. Like,
Yeah,
it's a
so it's
cool
kinda
effect.
like it's cool because it's an interesting scene, it's an exciting last scene, but also is, some Bigfoot apologetics. It's like, yeah, they blend in really good. Like, you don't see them. They're there, but you don't see them, you know?
And
So
not
it's like
just that, like, I've heard the Bigfoot apologetics that, like, they literally go into the trees and stuff like that. That's, like,
well,
Les
yeah, that's
Stroud.
that's the woo that is
The
always, like, right under the cryptozoology thing when it stops being cryptozoology and it's just folk tales.
Yes, yeah. So, I do like it. I do like it that it's a very, like, cryptozoology movie that, like, I accept, like, that they know their cryptozoology, like, it's made by somebody that has an interest and, like, a knowledge in cryptozoology. It's not like some hack phoning it in, which is what they do sometimes, Miles, and it pisses me off. The
What?
chupa the chupa, where they just get some like, somebody that doesn't know anything about, like, chupacabra lore, cryptid lore, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Anyways, it's a really good film if you haven't seen it. I think Trey and I would both recommend it. It's really good if you're a fan and student of like, historical Bigfoot stuff in America. But I also think it is just a very good film. It's a great family film. I think it not only holds up well, I think it is done better with time because it came out, not that long after ET. So this kind of like genre was known. But I think in the last 30 years or so, like I think there's been a lot of degradation in film storytelling. I don't think that's an outlandish claim, and so I think
Mm,
the movie's only like improved over time.
I
So
agree. Yeah, it's funny watching a movie like this, and it's like, "Wow, we used to make films, like, we used to make
yeah,
movies," like, because
I know.
this is a kid's
I don't
movie,
think that's just grumpy nonsense. I think it's real.
and we've
I think
lost
it's
an
a
art,
real
like,
thing.
of
Yeah.
of shooting with actual
I
lighting.
mean, that happens, right? Like Romans lost cement. Like the people lose colors that they were able to produce at one time in history. Like you lose different technologies.
And it's, like, even, like, writing, it's like, wow, we used to write, like, nuanced stories even for children.
Yeah,
Like, this is a
yeah.
nuanced story about, like, fatherhood and, like, wanting your father to like you and then repeating your family trauma to the next generation and stuff, and it's, like, a
And they don't
subtle,
have to
tiny
stop
little
and
thing.
explain it. Like, they don't,
Yes.
like, stop and, like, "Hey, did you know?" Or, like, use some buzzwords that are popular on, like, a Twitter discourse, you
Yes.
know?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. We used to make movies, like, it's nuts. So, yeah.